Hi, and welcome to another Letters to Alex. My name is Alex. I'm your favorite HubSpot nerd. And we are right now in very special episodes because we are going into detail everything regarding workflows and automation in HubSpot. So I made a post about the 5 steps that you have to take before creating a workflow. If you have the chance, go check that out. So now, when you start to build your workflow, there are important things that you need to know. So we go into our workflows and then go into create workflow, and we're gonna create one from scratch. So the disclaimer, I'm very old school HubSpot, so back in my time when you created a workflow, it was all blank. There was not really much options of like templates and all of these fun little ways to start a workflow that we have now. So I'm gonna show you everything starting blank just to give you an idea of all the possibilities that you want. And you probably will have special use cases for each one of those, and you can explore that on your own. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. But we're gonna start with a blank workflow. So remember our steps where what is going to be your trigger, what exactly needs to happen for people to start going into this automation. These are our triggers. So our triggers can be a combination of like all this type of information that is available in the CRM. If you have other integrations, like for example, this is a demo portal, so we use it to test a bunch of things. So we have Eventbrite, PandaDocs, Sabra, and all of those. So if you have other softwares that are integrated into your HubSpot, a lot of them allow you to use them as triggers for automating processes. So it's important that you consider that. So for this example, I'm just gonna set the owner is me. And once we set it up, we have to think, this is other of the previous step, but we have to think about is this going to be like a one-time thing, or this is going to be a recurring workflow? So we have re-enrollment options. So we can select to allow them to, once they meet the criteria more than once, they can re-enroll and go through it again. And we are gonna select this specific trigger and save it. So now, for this special video, we're going to explore all of the delay options. So something that I mentioned that is very common is that people, the first time they are building their workflow, they create a bunch of different actions and activity, but don't really allow for the time in between those actions, like sending an email and immediately validating if that email was open. You have to give people a certain amount of days, for example, for a specific email to like really allow them to check their inbox, or allow enough time for your reps to go over their tasks before you validate if this has been completed. So we have delay for a set amount of time, very straightforward. So you can delay it for a couple days, hours, minutes, all of that. The maximum is 1800 days. So you have plenty of time to play with. Then you have the option of delay until a day of time and week. So let's select Monday at 5 a.m. So something that is very important is that when you select this specific day and time, is as soon as Monday 5 a.m. comes, we're going to move into the next step. But as soon as 1 minute passes, it's no longer 5 in the morning, it's going to be 5:01. So that means nothing is going to move forward in your workflow. So be very careful when you're setting a specific day and time, because you're gonna allow things to happen only for the smallest time frame. And then we have delay until a date. This could be a calendar date. So let's set it until like May 15. And you can also allow for a specific date. Or this could revolve around a contact date property. So for example, if you have custom properties on like renewal contracts or things like that, that could be a very good trigger. Also, you can set a specific time of day. You can delay on the date, before the date. So 1 day before, a couple of days before, or after the date, and same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days after. And lastly, we have delay until an event happens. This is one of my favorite type of delays because it allows you to be responsive. What do I mean by that? So for example, let's say a form has been submitted and let's say it's this one. So what is going to happen is that I can allow, let's give it 10 days. And there we go. So our next step is wait until a form is submitted. As soon as the form is submitted, we're going to move into the next branch. But if after 10 days the form was not submitted, then we will move to another branch. What I like about this is that it gives the immediacy of as soon as something happens, let's move forward, but also allows people to take their time, a certain amount of time that you can consider is enough for them to take in action. And if they did not take the action in that amount of time, you already have different branches to create the next steps accordingly to what happened or didn't happen. So hopefully this was very useful to you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Regarding specific automation, we're going to get into that topic very detailed the following weeks. So you can share your questions about that or anything related to HubSpot. I'll be more than happy to create a letter with you. My name is Alex, and I'll see you soon.